From NutriAdmin, and this is a video to show you our newest feature, the recipes editor. So we have remade it completely from the ground up, and we believe that now the editor is much better than what it used to be. So here's how it looked in the past, and here's how it looks now. So to get started, the main interface hasn't changed much. This is how it looked before, and this is how it looks now. So you can still type recipe name, details, etc. here. The main advantage is that now these changes are auto-saved. So you see here, this just saves the changes automatically. You don't need to click the save recipe button. But then the main change is with ingredients. So you see here, the ingredients are listed here, and you can click to edit different aspects of them. But now we have a separate ingredients section, and this is a spreadsheet now. So this means that you can interact with it like if it was an Excel spreadsheet. So for instance, let's say in the past, if we wanted to rename a food, we have to click it, you have to click rename and type in here. Now you can just directly write in here. So you can type any edit, changes are saved automatically, and it's much faster. You have to have fewer clicks to do the same tasks. In the past, for instance, if you wanted to move a item in the list, reorder, you have to open this side menu, which is a bit cumbersome. Now you can just select which items you want to move and just drag them. So it's a much faster interface. As you can see, you can move multiple of them at once. Previously, you will have to remove a food one by one. You can now select multiple of them if you want and remove them all. So this would remove all of them. And most importantly, to change the quantities, you previously had to click here, click again, and then this opens this menu where you can click quantities. Now you can just type in here anything you want. It's a spreadsheet, and these drop downs give you all the options. So you can also right click to create a custom portion for a particular food if the portions listed are not what you need. So it's much faster, fewer clicks, and it's easier to edit. You can also copy paste because it's a spreadsheet, so you can copy paste quantities, etc. Then to add ingredients, previously you would have to click here, and this is just showing an error now because we have made a change to the feature, but you get the full database. And let's say if I search for something like banana, then this will query 4 different databases, the USDA, branded, OSNAT, and UK. But it only shows you the name, and then you have to add the food. So it's a bit hard to know the nutrient before adding it to the spreadsheet. So now we have a much better system. You just have this search bar here, and this queries all the databases and sorts the results by relevance. So as you can see here, we get the calories and a pie chart for the macronutrients. This item comes from the standard database, USDA, UK, OSNAT, and there's also branded food products, and they're sorted by relevance. So you can navigate this with your keyboard keys, and you can click on any item to add it to the recipe. So it's much better, and you can get results as you type. So for instance, if I type chicken, I get these results, and then if I specify further chicken breast, this will give me, you see, it's filters further, so you can pick what you need and add it. And then to remove it, I just select the rows, and I can remove multiple items at once. So this search bar should be a game changer if you're creating recipes on a regular basis. I would imagine we got from our users, you have to change a lot of the quantities, and you have to query different foods, so now should be faster. But we haven't removed any functionality. If you want to search the full database like before, you can also do it, but now this interface is much better. Now you have, for every food, you have a table that shows you the energy, protein, carbs, and fat. You can click to sort from lowest to highest, or vice versa. You can filter, so you can say, I want energy between 100 and 300 calories, and I want protein between 10 and 15, for example. So you can filter it as much as you want. You can also filter by group, so maybe I only want juice. So if you're typing in there, this filters there further, and you can click on any item, and this will give you a summary of the full nutrients. So you can see further in here for any of them, what are the portion sizes, what are the macros. You can click here to collapse the side menu so that you get to see what's already in the plan without losing your selection. And yeah, there are many other cool features in here. I welcome you to. You can change what the nutrients. So if you want to show them per 100 grams or per ounce, so you can just type here how many grams, and this scales the quantities. So this interface is much better than before. And there are other improvements that you'll find around if you play around with the software. Then when it comes to nutrients, this is how the macros used to look before. So this table can get a bit unwieldy, and it's a lot of information is crammed into one space. But now we have it much better broken down. So if you check the summary, this just gives you a pie chart, and it gives you the totals for macros, for total per 100 grams of recipe and per serving. And then when you check, this is all we had before, all in one table. Now you can also check the breakdown per ingredient. So this shows you where the calories and the protein and fat are coming from. There is also the breakdown per ingredient per serving, so you can have a lot of granularity. And when it comes to micronutrients, before we just got a table with the totals, and now we have a better looking table with the totals in the recipe. Again, total per 100 grams of recipe or per serving. But we also have a breakdown per ingredient, which is something we didn't have before at all. So this table shows you, for instance, for this ingredient, chicken stock, you can see the macros for that particular ingredient. And for this other ingredient, banana, you see the macros here as well. So this can allow you to, for example, quickly identify where is the sodium coming from in this recipe. And if I check, it looks like it's coming from the fish sauce and the chicken stock, which makes sense. So you can quickly identify where the nutrients are coming from. And then finally, when it comes to download the recipe, we have improved the design. You can pick which categories you want to include, and you can download the PDF, and this will produce this document that I think looks much better than before. And the tables look better, and you can customize in here the margins or the scale, etc. This will show your logo instead of this placeholder text. And yeah, so overall we believe this is going to be a massive improvement. And if you are using NutriAdmin and you want to create recipes, we have made the interface here so that, number one, you can achieve more with fewer clicks, and you get the right information at the right times. And secondly, your nutrient analysis is more complete than before and more granular. And finally, when you download the recipe, the presentation is better. So there's also less chance for error because changes are auto-saved. And in the future, we plan to relatively quickly bring in a similar interface to the meal plans as well. So hope you find this useful. And if you haven't used NutriAdmin for a while, we encourage you to sign up and check it out to check the improvements. And we'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you.